move through the entire muscle, okay? One time, all the way up and then all the way back down. Once we move through the entire muscle one full time, if you feel a tender point, trigger point, go ahead and stick to it. Feel free to do so, right? Welcome back to the MS Workouts channel. My name is Jeff Gotte, and in today's video, I will be teaching you how to reduce tightness and spasticity in your legs using a simple hand stick muscle foam roller. Stretching is not your only tool to help fight spasticity, and in this video, I'm going to show you why the hand stick foam roller might be your very best friend. And if you like our channel and what we offer, then please, I want you to take some time and consider joining our Steady Pace Club, where we distill and provide for you our exercise technique in a way that is easy to navigate and personalize to your specific symptoms, like foot drop, hip flexors, weak grip, and so much more. And all you need to get started is a CLX TheraBand, and we actually send that to you when you join. So what are you waiting for? Just go to www.msworkouts.com to sign up and learn more about it. Let's execute a muscle stick roller set for our quadriceps. We're gonna go unilateral. We're gonna start with the left leg first. This is one that's gonna be really beneficial after your leg extensions, your leg presses, your squats. If you have tightness in your knee and or your hip, a lot of time it's facilitated by tightness in the quadricep, and these muscle stick rollers are really, really good to help get out of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 60 seconds. I want you to start at the top of what I would call the top of the muscle, okay? Which is right where the insertion of that is in the knee. You can go to the lateral side, you can go to the anterior side. I want you to explore here, and your quadricep rolls all the way up into the top where that hip flexor is. And we're going to go slow, deliberate, pressured movement for the 60 seconds. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. Clock is on. Now, I am moving through the entire range. In the first 10 to 15 seconds, I suggest you do the same, because what this exploratory first 10 to 15 seconds allows you to do is get an idea of what's there. So a lot of times you won't know where the tenderness or that trigger point is until you move with some pressure through the entirety of that muscle tissue. After 2 or 3 full deliberate movements through the range of this muscle tissue, if you find a spot, which more than likely is going to be down at the insertion point or midway through, if you find a trigger point during the 60 seconds that is obvious over the rest of the muscle, then focus on that. Stay in that position. You can kind of rock back and forth, right, left and right laterally. Is the MS Workout Steady Pace Club really worth the money? This is a question that we get a lot, and it's an important one for you to ask yourself, so let's talk about it. The average price of a membership at a big gym is anywhere between $40 to $70 per month, and that does not include personal training or even group classes. Depending on your insurance and where you live, an average session with a physical therapist costs anywhere between $50 to $175 per session. Each session is usually about an hour long with no time afterwards for questions. The average cost of a personal trainer in the US is anywhere between $40 to $80 per session, and that trainer may not have a clue what MS is or how to help you specifically manage it or reduce those symptoms. Now, let's compare those options to our Steady Pace membership club. The average membership of our Steady Pace Club is only $39 per month, but here's what you're gonna get. Symptom-specific workout classes for foot drop, hip flexors, weak grip, balance, and much more on a weekly basis. Weekly live workout classes, that's what I said, live workout classes by our trainers, so you can perfect your form and make sure the intensity and specificity is there to develop the results you're looking for. Weekly live Q&As where we have time to help you answer your questions. It's with myself and our team, so we can connect directly and make sure you're dialed in. Support groups, so you can be uplifted when you're feeling down by individuals that are living with MS just like you. Stretch classes for when you're feeling tight and you need that active rest recovery in specific areas. Recovery classes like yoga and our proprietary movement drills that are going to allow you to increase the oxygenated blood flow on a daily basis and not only maintain, but improve your health. Instant access to our MS Online Progress Journal, which is an awesome tool to help you track your progress in real time with charts and easy to use functions. And let me say for a second, it's not just about the price. We have delivered real results to thousands of people since we began in 2017. Clients like Larry, who retired his AFO. Others like Valerie, who is no longer relying on her walker. Nicole, for example, can now grocery shop on her own. All of these clients achieve their goals by strengthening their bodies and neuromuscular system through a science-based steady pace technique, and you can do the same. But this is going to really help drive blood flow back to the area, and by exploring the entire tissue for a portion of the 60 seconds beforehand, it's going to allow you to find those little areas that you didn't necessarily know were there that could have been causing problems for you. 2 more seconds and slowly disengaging. Again, the more time the merrier. If you have to sit and do so, roll into this quadricep and do it multiple times throughout the day. And remember, active rest modality is what this is for between those strength training sessions. Let's take some time to focus on the right quadricep with our muscle roller stick. Now, as I talked about on the set when we executed on the left side, I want you to focus on the entirety of the quadricep, which is from your knee all the way up to your hip flexor. You can come to the anterior side, okay? The medial side, you can come to the lateral side. For about 10 to 15 seconds, I want you to focus on going through the entirety of the muscle tissue. If you feel a tender trigger point, then feel free to stick on that for the remainder of the 60 seconds. All right, let's go ahead and rock and roll. Clock is on. Now, a lot of times you're going to feel a tenderness up where you have the insertion of the quadricep. Again, we utilize these quads in your leg extension on the strength training. We utilize these quadriceps on your squat, the leg press. So these quadriceps are what are going to allow you to extend your knee, walk, go up and down stairs. You know, glutes are involved as well too in that. But these quadriceps are a big mover in that lower body. I want you to apply enough pressure, right, to get a comfortable roll in that muscle. It should not be uncomfortable. You know, there is a little bit of, for those of you that have had massage before, uncomfortable comfortableness, I guess I would call. You know, you call it, you apply the pressure that you feel most comfortable with. Ooh, I found a trigger point right here, so I'm going to go ahead and hang out here, applying pressure. And really what this modality is for in the recovery process is to get blood flow back, lengthen the tissue out so that you can recover at a much higher level. I didn't even know that point was there. Breathing through it and slowly disengaging. This set, I want to focus on the hamstring with our muscle stick roller. So please scoot forward. The hamstring is the back of the lower leg, right? The thigh. So you're going to scoot forward so that the entirety of this femur, the hamstring, is exposed and off the chair. Muscle stick roller is going to come underneath. Insertion point is the back of the knee, all the way up into the glute and the rear end. We're going to move through the full range, full muscle, okay, one full time. If you feel a trigger point, as mentioned in the past, you can feel free to stick on that for the remainder of the 60 seconds. All right, let's go ahead and clock is on. So apply as much pressure as needed. You should feel comfortable, you know, almost like a massage, right? This is really what it is, okay? Going through the entire hamstring, all the way up into that glute, and then slowly heading back the other direction. I like to go through the entire muscle one full time, kind of exploring the anterior, the lateral, the medial side, underneath, so that you can find any of the area of the muscle tissue that might be giving you issues from a tightness standpoint. And if you find a particular trigger point, which I kind of have one right now up high into the hamstring, then you can focus on that particular area with pressure. And that adds the specificity to this set that's going to give you the best relief, right? Because that's what this is really all about. It's about having a tool to use that's going to allow you to add specific recovery to your hamstring here. About 10 more seconds, right? Pressure through, focusing on the insertion point at the top for me, wherever your tenderness may be, focus on that, and slowly easing out. 30 to 60 seconds is a good sweet spot, but feel free to go a little bit longer if you have the time and you would like to do so. It's not going to hurt you. We're going to utilize the muscle stick roller for our hamstring on the right side. I need you to scoot forward in your seat because we want the entirety of your hamstring, which is underneath your thigh, off of the chair and we can get that muscle stick roller to it. Let's start where the insertion point is, up underneath behind the knee, and we're gonna work an entire range of the muscle 1 to 2 times, feel it out to make sure that there's not any trigger points hiding, okay, that you might need to stick on. All right, clock is on. As you put pressure, you're gonna head through the range, right? Again, the hamstring is the back of the thigh. It comes all the way up and it inserts up by the glute, the hip, right? You can kind of go laterally, anterior, and add as much pressure as you comfortably need, right? There's gonna be a little discomfort because just like any type of massage, if you have tenderness in the muscle tissue, that's really what we're doing here. We're adding specificity to our recovery process from a manual manipulation standpoint. It's not as active as a stretch is, right? It's more passive manual manipulation, and it can be really, really useful for loosening up the body and or getting blood flow back to the hamstring that is targeted during your exercise, like your leg curl, your heel slide. This hamstring is also targeted and used in your hip bridge as well. Having strong hamstrings is really good for low back lumbar stability, posterior stability of the knee, and adding this muscle stick rolling hamstring focus on your recovery days between those exercise sets is going to allow you to reap the very best benefits from those hamstring exercises. Stay a little bit longer if you'd like to. Feel free, right, to utilize this multiple times a day, digging into that hamstring, finding those trigger points to allow the muscles to relax and reap the benefit. Our YouTube channel is a great place to start gaining strength, but if you want to get serious about reducing your symptoms and getting results, then you need to be on a weekly structured strength training program with other individuals just like you. And that's exactly what we offer at MS Workouts through our membership. Click the link in the video or below the video to learn how our membership can help you achieve your goals. And while you're on the website, make sure you sign up for the no-cost 7-day strength camp so you can experience how we can help you do the things that you love to do with more confidence. See you all next week.